text Robert Birch. This party's probably over right now. He could get over
He could
here.
come over.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ascension Parish zoning session, December 9th, is now in session. Staff introduction, please. Introduce.
Stacy Webb, Secretary for Planning and Development.
Cody Morton, attorney for the Zoning Commission.
Okay. Ricky Compton, Planning and Development Director.
Okay.
Lance Brock, zoning official.
For the record, all commissioners are present with the exception of Mr. Burgess. Can I get a motion to accept the previous minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the October 14th meeting as corrected.
I'll second that motion.
Been motion and second. All in favor of the motion to accept the minutes?
Aye.
Any opposition? So noted. Motion panic.
I'll also make a motion to accept the meetings of the November 12th meeting.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion also passes unanimously. There are no chairman's comments. Item 5A, zoning review ID 2554.15.
Derek's still here.
Who are you again?
State your name.
Derek Murphy with Quality Engineering and Surveying, representing SLC. This piece of property is 408 acres along Highway 22. And this is part of a development that was previously zoned to TND, Traditional Neighborhood Development. We are asking for this portion to be converted to RM zoning, which is 3 units per acre. The TND zoning as it sits today is basically zoned for 1,254 lots and 642,931 square feet of commercial. With RM, we're going to be reducing the residential portion, the total ability to be able to put on here by 154 lots. So we're actually going to be reducing the density by 154 lots and possibility of over 500,000 square foot of commercial. So we're asking tonight to approve the rezoning of this tract from TND to RM.
Staff comments?
Recognizing that the T&D was previously approved before I even got here, so at least 8 years ago, the market clearly did not support that project. So at this time, as the T&D zoning carries with the land, until the zoning gets changed, that property is basically out of commerce. So this developer met with us and has shown us what they were talking about doing. And originally they came to us with a PUD. And the plan that they have proposed or are thinking of developing does not necessitate a PUD. And so when we got back down to it, RM zoning, 3 units an acre is all they're looking to do. And so that's what we were supporting from the T&D zoning to RM.
Any comments from commissioners?
What was the zone before it was a TND? Do you have any idea?
I don't. The whole area is zone conservation, but it is immediately adjacent to Pelican Point. And, you know, Pelican Point was developed as a large-scale community, which we really don't have anymore, but it is zoned RM now. When we did the zoning map revision, we gave it what it actually is, which is the 3 unit per acre designation.
Okay.
So it'd be next to other residential RM zoning?
It will, and, you know, the advantage here, speaking bluntly, is when they submit their preliminary plat to you guys, they're gonna have to submit a whole new traffic study. So we're gonna get, once again, to look at the Highway 22, Highway 44, Loosemore, you know, interstate. We're gonna get to look at that again and say, what are the impact this subdivision's gonna have on that corridor? So, you know, that is something that we're looking at. The original T&D and, you know, their original traffic study called out a potential north-south road from this project to the Edenborn Connector Road that is currently, we're trying to break ground on that project right now to connect to South St. Landry Road to eventually connect up to 30. I would bet dollars to donuts, this project is going to also contemplate that road, which then we would get to have that conversation. Who's going to build it? How does it get paid for? And all those sorts of items. So it will open this piece of property up to much more investigation under our engineering microscope when they resubmit.
Okay, good.
No further comments from commissioners?
I just want to have a question. Does the airport have any, made any comments about this rezoning?
They haven't. Typically, we haven't had a whole lot of development out in this area, and they haven't been actively engaged. Within the airport, there's these height overlay zones and all that other stuff, and I'm not sure that this property is even within any of those zones. But what they're proposing isn't going to be anything more than single or two-story residential structures, which really aren't going to impact the airport.
Any further comments from commissioners? This time, we'd like to open the floor for public hearing. Does anyone desire to speak? This time, we close the floor for public hearing. Can I get a motion?
I move to recommend the zoning change to the council.
I second Mr. Pryor's motion.
There's been motion and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? That motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Item 5V, ID 2556.15, portion of lot number 2, 12.315.
This is the 12 acres across the street. That's part of the T&D as well. What we're trying to do is add a small commercial element to this area, 12 acres of MU zoning. As you can imagine, you can't really put a tremendous amount of commercial on 12 acres, but we want to be able to do something. Originally, again, this entire project, the T&D, could allow 600 and almost 43,000 square feet. Obviously, we're not going to be anywhere close to that with this zoning. We're just asking for this to be zoned as well to MU to allow some commercial in this area.
Staff comments, please.
Yes, sir. Along the same lines, you're talking about a reduction probably in close to 520,000 square feet. On 12 acres, realistically, you could probably fit about 120,000 square feet of commercial. Does it really fit the overall character of the area? I don't know. I'd probably debate that, but based on what I've heard that they plan on doing, it's probably going to be something more like self-storage or something else that fits the character of that area. It's unlikely that this is going to be a 150,000 square foot Walmart grocery superstore. It's probably going to be something that serves that rural community. And because it's such a drastic reduction in what the T&D already allows, we're not opposed.
Isn't this the only T&D that exists in the parish? Wasn't it?
It was, and it most likely will be.
Yeah, I don't think there's another one around.
This piece of property goes past River Road, past the levee?
No,
I think
no,
it's
it's just
the
right
same
across
now.
the 22. It does not go past the
It's
levee.
just the triangle right here. On the end.
Between 22 and the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
Okay.
the little
All
map
right.
on the top
Okay.
kind of shows different.
Any further comments from commissioners? This time, we open the floor for public hearing. Does anyone desire to speak? That being said, we close the floor for public hearing. Can I get a motion?
I move to recommend approval to the council.
I'll second.
The motion and second. All in favor of the motion to approve?
Aye.
Is there any opposition? The motion passes unanimously.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Staff report?
Yes, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
That being said, can I get a motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn?
Play some music.
The motion and second passes unanimously.
Where are we having on Christmas?
Yeah, that's good.